hadn't heard the sound of those engines on a 17 for years.
This airplane is a B-17G. It's the last iteration of the B-17. What you're about to experience is something that's very rare indeed anymore. There's only about 3 or 4 of these things still flying regularly, and this is one of them. So thank you for your support. It's because of you people that we get to do this.
And, sit in the cockpit for a while, blindfold, you know.
Oh yeah, blindfold cockpit.
Blindfold cockpit check. That was it. Then he showed me how to start the engine. I started the engine. I just taxied out and took off.
I'm Jari Ekholm. I came here to see this B-17 today. This has been my greatest dream for many, many years, and luckily today I'm being here. And I think one of the most interesting things today is, first of all, to have a flight, be in the plane, and especially those old veterans who are with us, and hear the stories. Those guys are like walking history books, unbelievable stories. You can't even imagine what they are telling there. So I was expecting only the flight, but those guys make this extremely nice experience for me.
Today I flew in a B-17 for the first time in about 70 years. Most of my time was flying PBYs and air sea rescue. We had a couple of B-17s with boats on the bottom, and if the ocean was too rough to make an open sea landing, the B-17 could drop an ocean-going lifeboat. It was a lot noisier than I remembered it was. Wow. It was really fascinating to get back into a B-17 again. Most enjoyable, and it was a nice remembrance.
The most notable feature on the G model is that it has this chin turret on it. The B-17 is owned by EAA, and it is the ambassador of the EAA organization, and it travels throughout the country. It's equipped with 13 50 caliber machine guns. They're all 50 caliber, and they each have 1 belt of ammunition. Anybody know how long that is? You ever hear the term, give them the whole 9 yards?
9 yards.
9 yards, 27 feet.
The B-17 has been my dream plane ever since I was 9 years old. I mean, I've seen movies about the plane. I started looking up information on the plane, and I saw how much history these planes have behind them. So I mean, the history of this plane is amazing, and when you go inside of it, history just comes alive in the plane. You know, it's an amazing experience. I wish everybody that likes aviation has to come and see this plane, because this plane is one of the top in history.
Also, while you're walking around this thing, think about being 18 years old, 30 below zero, having to suck oxygen, and first time away from home. Your family is your crew members. They did a lot. The 8th Air Force alone lost 46,000 killed and injured, which is more than the Vietnam War total. So that's just the B-17 pilots in the 8th Air Force. So it was a pretty bad way initially. If you guys are all ready to go for an airplane ride, let's do it. Boost pumps on. Turning 2. When somebody comes out to fly on this airplane, I truly want them to feel like they're part of the crew, and they experience all of the sights and the sounds and the smells and the bumps, and appreciate what our veterans went through. They get in, they sit in the seat and take off, and they can get up and they wander all over the airplane. And getting up into the nose in front of the cockpit and sitting in that bombardier's chair is something truly to behold. It really is a cool seat.
As soon as we take off, you get to undo the seatbelt, walk all over the airplane. I went down into the bombardier's bubble up front, right there, and it's like you're standing on the water. We were over the ocean. We were watching the pilots fly the thing. You look up out over the top plexiglass, you see the rudder back there. It was just, it's an experience that the money you pay for this is nothing from what you take from the experience. I will talk about this till my last breath.
I just wanted to kind of see maybe a little bit of what my father did. that was really my motivation, just to see what he went through a little bit, but it was just incredible.
It's an honor to the people who served and did this. He told us before we went on this flight, imagine yourself from Iowa, you were raised on a farm, and the next thing you know, you're in one of these, and there's a 33% shot, you're gonna be killed. And it's an honor to the people who were in these things, who made this country and the Western world the way it is today.